Are you still only writing in major or minor? Let me show you 5 other scales that you can use and then 2 additional bonus ones to really start to expand your catalog, expand the sound, the psychology of what you're writing. You're going to want to know this. If you don't know these other modes, watch this whole video. I'm going to switch so you can see my hands. Okay, we're going to stick to the white keys at first, just for me to tell you what the modes are. So there are 7 modes that are diatonic, which means that they stick with just these notes, okay? So first is major. Everybody knows that one, but did you know that if you go from D to D, that is Dorian, and it's like a minor scale, but with a raised 6, okay? Next is E to E, which is Phrygian, which is like a minor scale with a flat 2. Okay. Next one from F to F is Lydian, which is like a major scale with a sharp 4. I know that your ear is used to the C as tonic right now, so they're not having as much impact, so just hang with me. G to G is Mixolydian. That's like a major scale with a flat 7. Then A to A is our normal minor scale that we're used to. That's Aeolian. And then B to B is like a minor scale, but with a flat 2 and a flat 5. So in Locrian, the only one that's normal is the 4th scale degree. Everything else is flatted. So now, okay, so that was starting each mode from its relative starting note where it could all stay on the white keys. Now I'm going to start each one of them with C, and I'm going to do them in a different order. I'm not going to do them in the order as they move up the scale. I'm going to go from brightest to darkest. So you've heard me say it's not rocket science. The more raised notes there are, the more psychologically bright it is, and the more flatted notes there are, the more psychologically dark it is. So in the diatonic modes, the brightest one is Lydian, which is the major scale, but with the sharp 4. So and it's this mode that is used in a crap ton of film scores. Also, The Simpsons, it's just used all over the place. And one chord that really works well with Lydian is a major 2 instead of the minor 2. Use a major 2 chord, and that can really justify that sharp 4. Okay, so that is the brightest. Next brightest down is regular major. You know all about that one. Next down is where we take the major scale, but we just flat the 7. That's Mixolydian. I already did a video about that, but so that is in some songs. Go back, find my video where I talk about Mixolydian. But chords that make that work are use a minor 5 instead of a major 5. It's just a little bit darker than major, or also a major flat 7 chord can justify that flat 7 scale degree. So that's Mixolydian. So then the next one down is Dorian, which is the minor scale, and it has the flat 3 and the flat 7, but the 6 is still raised. So, and I already made a video about that one too. So that's a good one. There are songs out there like Toxic by Britney Spears that use Dorian scale. And one way to harmonically work that out is you use the same chords as minor, but then the 4 chord can be major instead of minor, and that accommodates that raised 6. Or instead of a diminished 2, you do a minor 2. That accommodates that raised 6. All right, now we're to regular, minor, or Aeolian if you're talking in modes. That's the flat 3, 6, and 7. Okay. Next is the minor with the flat 2. That's Phrygian. now you can hear we're getting into some darker psychology, darker emotions. One chord that works with that is the flat major 2, which can resolve to the 1. It can be really, it can be really cool that way. Flat major 2 works. Also, a minor 7 can work. So that's a fun one. If you're feeling really gloomy and down, write a song in Phrygian. And then the last of the diatonics is Locrian, which is now everything except the 4 is flat. So you really want to mess with people's heads, write in Locrian. Like, you really want to mess with their heads, just write in Locrian. Now, non-diatonic modes, there's the one where they do it's like Locrian with a flat 4. So literally everything else is intact except the 1 is off by a half step. So that's a weird one. And then if you go Lydian, back to the major with the sharp 4, you can do a sharp 5 too, Lydian sharp 5. It's almost like a whole tone scale until you get up there. So these are some kooky things, like Lydian sharp 5, you would use like a major 3 also, instead, in addition to the major 2. But you can use some unconventional chords to make them work. But that is the modes. That's the order of brightest to darkest, and some options for chords that help. All right, look at how much smarter you are. Now you know all these little tricks and you can write songs and people be like, what did you do? How did you do that? That is so cool sounding. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you've written a song in a mode, tell me about it. Let me hear it.